Microphone check. Let's see who comes in the spot. Let's see who comes in the spot. I'm pretty sure somebody's live right now, so. Oh, somebody's up in here. I don't know who it is. A couple folks. Go Pro. D Remedy. Hey. Salute to you, brothers. D Remedy, yeah, man. I can't believe it either, man. I'm gonna rest in accountability right now before I say my next sentence and go ahead and say this. I'm lazy and I'm selfish. And salute to you, D Remedy. Salute. I'm lazy and I'm selfish, and that's the reason why I don't do this that much. Plus, it's very comfortable being in those two conditions, laziness and selfishness. But it's because I don't want to have the stress of doing this, man. I mean, this takes a lot out of you. Go Pro. I'm sure you know, man. It's hard to turn this phone on and go at it. Go just speak your mind without cluttering and stuttering and stepping on your own thoughts. You risk really revealing just how intellectual or the lack thereof you are. But I'm glad you guys are here. I really am, because the reason why I'm doing this stream is because of a catalyst that happened the other night, watching YouTube, watching DJ Kuda stream, and that combined, well, on that stream there was a female who was doing a lot of deflecting, a lot of, you can tell she had a lot of ego issues, and I tied it into some other situations that had happened to me, along with resting in accountability and relating to being out of order within my ego as well. You know, deflecting and things of that nature, man. And so yeah, it triggered me, and I was going to get on last night, but I was really in my feelings, man. I would have been getting on here cussing and calling people all types of motherfuckers and bitches, and and I don't really want to get on here and have that image, because that really ain't me. It's me in a state of frustration, and that could be very foolish. The perils of queendom. Yes, 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 yes. That's exactly what it is, bro. And let's see, we got 3 folks up in here. 4 folks. I didn't expect anybody to come up in this joint, according to how inconsistent my black ass is. But I do want to chop it up and just kind of vent and release a little bit. And I want to talk about ego. Talk about ego a little bit, man. And I've done a stream about it before. Talking about the fragility of the male ego, where I talked about Skeeter Mills cracking the young sister upside the head with the skateboard, and that was an example of me being in my emotions. I was in there talking about getting the brother, killing the brother, all kind of stuff. Thank you, Gold. I agree 100%, man. We need to support our brothers out here who are decent brothers, who are putting forth the necessary effort to enlighten. Bronze dipped. What up, Lioness? What up? You see the picture on the screen, you guys? That's me and my youngest daughter, my wife on the side of me. This is an old picture, but I want to put something up as a screensaver that is rather pleasing to the eye. My pictures, and anyway, I don't even want to go into it, but yeah, decided to go ahead and reveal a little bit, show a little bit of my family dynamic here. I might, yes indeed, I see you. Doing good, fam. Beautiful family. Thank you. Thank you. I might put my other daughters up and make the fellas drool a little bit, but nah. I'm gonna keep. I'll just keep it simple and use this as a screensaver. But yeah, what I wanted to talk about was ego, and as human beings, we all have egos, and quite honestly, your ego is like a tool. It's like a piece of software allowing you to interact with the world, in my opinion. And oh yes, I don't really know how to mod. You know, Sheed, what's up, my man? What's up? I don't know how to mod people yet. This is my first time using this Streamlabs. I'm actually using it on my phone, and it's the app. But I'm sure I'll figure it out here pretty soon. Let me see if I touch the screen in some places. What happened? Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out. I will, because I need wrenches. Because I know where I'm getting ready to go here in a few minutes probably is going to piss some people off. But quite frankly, I don't give a shit, because it's the truth. And that's what I'm about. Speaking the truth no matter how much it hurts. Because quite honestly, when I feel pain from the truth, I embrace that. I embrace that type of pain, because I'll learn well from that. But yeah, man, what was I saying? I was talking about ego, and it being a tool, and it's honestly, in my opinion, it's how you make your decisions. You set your boundaries, you maintain self-esteem, you take care of yourself, you feel good about who you are, and you stand by your values. These types of things are signs of a healthy ego, in my opinion. But it's when your ego takes over that the war begins. A big ego, to me, makes an even bigger fool. And quite frankly, I can speak very, very personal about that, because I've found myself sounding very foolish from my ego quite a few times in life, and I wasn't even aware of it until I might have got slapped upside the head by somebody else, or something popped off. So we're going to talk about how to identify, we'll call it ego overload, and nip it in the bud. You know what I mean? And we'll address that sister that was on DJ Kuda's panel, because she was doing way too much. It was the if you guys want to check out what I'm referring to, it was the stream where he has what's the sister's name? Azalea Banks on the cover, or as the thumbnail, and go about 6 hours and 30 minutes into it, and just listen. I don't know who this sister is. I don't know her name, and quite frankly, I don't even want to know it, because I don't want to give her no shine except use her as a case study right now on this stream. But man, I can't lie, y'all. That had me triggered. Triggered. I was ready to go home, turn the microphone on, and go nuts. And I think I had to analyze why I was so triggered about it, because I had gone through similar situations like that with, hell, even with my wife. We get into heated debates about politics, and then all of a sudden the shaming starts, and the deflection starts, and the cutting off, and all. You listen to these long ass monologues from somebody, and then when you start yours, they want to cut you off before the first sentence is completed, and then it just continues. And then the frustration comes. And speaking of that, I said monologue, and let's talk about that. I'll say this: beware of monologue mode. Monologue mode. I think we can call that when your voice gets louder and you start looking into space instead of at the person you're talking to, or your partner, whoever it is. You pay no attention to their conversational cues. Are you really having a conversation, or do you just like the sound of your own voice? You dig what I'm saying? that kind of now I'm going back in my head. See, just going back in thought takes me off of my square. Anyway, true conversation, man, it ain't about talking. It's about listening, learning, and observing. We know this. And for those who are having issues with this, I'll say this. Try this trick. Try this in your next discussion or your next chit chat or your next argument or whatever, you know? Salute to the Crimson Cure. Sister, your work is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Try this in your next discussion. Be conscious of whether you're actually focusing your energy on a person's words or if you're using their talk time to plan what you're going to say next. You know, I think we're all guilty of that. I know I'm guilty of that when I get into arguments with my wife, and I have to check myself real quick because it's almost like throwing kerosene on a fire when you're doing that because you're now in combat mode, you know, or as I said, monologue mode. Something else I noticed, man. Do you really need to say the same shit all the time? I mean, just because one person in the room hasn't heard that story, it doesn't mean it's really important to share, you know? Another thing I'm guilty of, man, I have a habit of saying the same thing, and I'm like, wait a minute, man, I don't want to be known for, repetitious statements, you know, but yeah, I do it. So before you open your mouth for thoughtless repetition, ask yourself, is it necessary that I share this? Or what am I getting out of this? Or why am I so insistent on getting this heard? Simply stopping to check your motive can change the way you communicate and relate for the better. You dig what I'm saying? You'll feel more at peace in the end, I promise you. Speaking of that, shout out to Gold Professor because he taps into this a lot. And I love the way you structure your channel, brother. Brother Gold, I don't know where the link is. I can't do that yet on here. I'm still kind of green when it comes to Streamlabs, and it's an app on my telephone too. It's not on my PC, so I can only give you a description of what the show is. It's DJ Kuda's channel. It's the show where he has Azalea Banks as the thumbnail, about 6 hours and 30 or 40 minutes within the stream. And just, brother, check it out. Your jaw's gonna drop, man. Your jaw. I mean, maybe it won't because this stuff I'm talking about is common within these spaces when it comes to certain content creators. They do these things. They deflect. I mean, it's classic hyena behavior. Classic, you know, deflection, over inflated egos, cutting you off. You know, and I don't want to, you know, talk about my wife in a way because I said she wants to do that, but I think we all have a little bit of this in us, but we're talking about it today to get clarity and get it, you know, stomped out. What was I saying? Being at peace. Do you want to be right or do you want to be at peace? You know? Another question I have to ask myself that. I'm very hard-headed. Do I want to be right or do I want to be at peace? Sometimes it's okay to back down in order to keep the peace, you know? It don't mean you're weak. And it don't mean you've changed your stance or opinion. But that you've given up trying to shove it into someone else's brain. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to Ray Clemens. What up, my brother? I wish I could mod y'all up. I really do, but I don't know how to do that. But just bear with me. I'm going to learn this and try to be more consistent so I can, you know, do more of this because this feels good right now. I feel good getting this off my chest. What was I saying? Shoving. Okay. Here's the truth, man. And I think you all know this because we're all like-minded. You can't control what other people think, period. You know, we're guilty of doing that here on YouTube, trying to control, well, a lot of people are guilty of on YouTube, trying to control what you think by spouting whatever it is. What does it say? The Bishop. Ah, I see you in here, brother. Click on the name. It gives you the options to mod up a person. Let me see. Boom. Well, I don't see it. It's giving me the flip camera, the mute option, the chat room, and the event list. Let me see what the event list does. No, that don't do nothing. Nah. Brother Gold, I don't know how to open up a panel yet, but I'm going to be exploring this and figuring out how to do all these things. But right now, I guess this is just going to be a therapy session for me because I don't know how to I don't know how to mod people up and open up streams, for more folks. But where was I? Can't control what people think. You cannot control what people think, so stop trying. They're going to think what they want to think, and often they're going to be wrong, and it's going to frustrate you. But you can't let it get to you, you know? Of course, no one feels good being a doormat, but that's not what this is about, you know? If you feel your boundaries or principles are being violated, then speak up. Hell, chop their head off. That's what I recommend. That it's worthy. It's a worthy kill when you chop somebody's head off for violating your principles. But if it's the emotional trigger that you feel being pulled, then consider backing off. That'll make you the bigger person. Another thing I got an issue with: give up the illusion that you did it alone. I see that a lot going on. That's that selfishness, and that's a big thing that I was really submerged in. Give it up that you give that up. Stop that. When you accomplish something, remember that you didn't get there by yourself. I got a lot of shit, but I didn't get here by myself. I know that if it weren't for my wife, my perception would be that of maybe 3 times slower than what it is now, man. I gotta admit, that's a big pillar in my understanding, in my wisdom dealing with her, because I have to be very sharp. She's very complex. Kind of like the Crimson Cure. Very complex lady, man. 2 heads are better than one, brother. What's up, Tone Malone? Salute to you, man. Salute to you. I'm glad you're here, brother. Always wonderful to see your name pop up. Bishop, thank you for sharing my video, man. Thank you. We're chopping it up about ego today and how to develop a healthy ego, I guess is what I'm talking about. Giving up the illusion that you did it alone. See, your ego, it wants to make you the top dog, worthy of all the praise and adulation. But the truth is, in your mind that it took everyone in your life, your support team, to get you where you are today. So acknowledge them and be humble in your pride. Pride, I speak against it a lot, but there is healthy pride. As I said before in my video, I just put a roof on my home while I had someone do it. But it's costing me upwards of 30 grand, damn near 30 grand. That's a huge dent in my pocket, man. But I'm not prideful enough to let my roof sit up there and let this damn California wind blow shingles off. No, I'm not going to have my roof leaking because of money. No, I'm going to get this shit fixed because it's going to make my family comfortable. It's going to increase the value of my home. You see, I take pride in that kind of stuff. It's the difference between being assertive and being self-aggrandizing. You know what I mean? And another thing I've been seeing on here, on these panels, and the reason why I don't get on them a lot, with exceptions of Bishop and Gold and Mace, and hell, I might jump on up at the Unicorns panel from time to time. It just depends on what's being said. But another thing I really am seeing a lot of is just defensiveness, being defensive. Hell, Hell, what the hell are you defending anyway, man? You terrified little ego? You know, what would happen if you explored a new opposing view? I mean, really, it wouldn't kill you, and it just might make you smarter, you know? See, what was it here? Oh, God, that's the dent, but great investment. Yeah, that's right, Bishop. That's right. It's a great investment, you know? I mean, see, me, I like to assume that others respect and love me until proven otherwise. And I say that a lot. Respect is given and trust is earned. That's just the way I walk around. And I think a lot of people have it twisted. And it makes them, that lack of understanding makes them go about things a little bit skewed, you know? So when you interact with others from this assumption, you'd be surprised at how often things that used to rile you up, they now seem interesting and helpful. You know, withholding a reaction don't mean you're agreeing. It just means you're securing yourself. You know, so man, and yeah, they just popped in my head. Stop interrupting and listen. Stop interrupting and listen. One thing I go through with my woman so much is this. But you got the only time you can come up with, the only time you come up to my panel is when you have ran out of gas. Forget you, Gold. Oh, forget you, man. Oh, boy. Listen. Yeah, that happened that day, man. You know, like I said, I was being greedy. I was really trying to push out that extra dollar because I was trying to get this roof. That's the reason why I was doing it, man. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, what is it saying? Stop interrupting people and listen for a change, man. You know, you don't always have to tell us what you think. You don't always have to say what you're thinking, man. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do, in my opinion, is listen and observe. I remember hearing my uncle, who was a stone cold pimp back in the day. I admired him so much, and he told what the hell was it? It was like it stuck with me, and I want to get it right. He said, "Remember, those who say don't know, and those who know don't say." I was like, wow. Ill shit right there, man. Yeah, but that's really how it is, you know? That's how it is. Brother, I ain't talking to you, Gold. I'm just speaking, I guess I like to call these Aryan proverbs, because I'm an Aries brother. And I have to, I do like you, Gold. I get up in the morning and do a systems check, a pre-trip inspection, if you will. You know, I have to do a little meditating, crank out these push-ups, and set myself right before I get out here in the world, because we know that people will take you off of your square as soon as you have an interaction with the first person out your home. So, what's the saying? I always listen more than I speak. That's how you learn. That's right. That's right. And that is something to my detriment sometimes, man, because I'm always listening. And when I get on these panels, I'm quiet because I know that somebody's going to say something that I can use. You know, those who say don't know and those who know don't say. You know, that's game. A little piece of game for you. Another thing, admitting when you're wrong when you really are. You know, admitting you're wrong when you really are wrong. There's nothing worse than watching somebody dig themselves deeper into a hole, you know, when all they could do is simply apologize and be done with the issue. And I go back in my mind thinking about my ex-wife when I say that, because after we divorced, several years had passed, and is that Sheep? My man, what up, Sheep? What's going on, DS1? Man, let me pause my thoughts right quick, man, and talk about you, brother. Them streams you do fuel us. And no matter who says what, about you and what you do, don't you ever stop. I don't care what kind of credentials these individuals might have on YouTube or what kind of certifications they may have in life that gives them the illusion that they have an authority over someone. Fuck them. You keep doing what you do. Because quite frankly, if you stop, I'm going to drive up there where you are and put hands on you, man. Don't you stop doing what you do. Ever. So, yeah, man, going back in my mind about my wife, she called me up years after our divorce, man, and she said, I just wanted to tell you that I'm sorry. And now, I could have said so much from that because it was blanketed. And I'm very detailed and specific when I give my apologies because that's just how I am. And when she said that, I wanted to tell her, sorry for what, bitch? You know what you did to me. So all these things you did to me, all this stuff she put me through, all this money, these money issues, my home. I was proud of my house that I had, man. Ruined my reputation. All man, I could have went there, but I let her slide. I let it ride. I didn't get off in my pride. I didn't even try to do it. I didn't even try to do it, y'all. I rhymed right there. Salute Father's Time. Salute to you, brother. Good to see you on the stream. I'm green on this thing. Damn, I'm rhyming like Sir Ism. Anyway, I ain't even trying to do it. But yeah, man, I'm green, so bear with me on the mods, man. I'm not able to mod anyone yet. I'm gonna have to study up on how to do this. And because everybody, I want Tone Malone, D Remedy, Sheep Stay Sleep, Gold Professor, all y'all, Bronze Dip, my sister. I want all y'all to have them wrenches beside your names, because we got to fortify our channels here. There's a lot of people, a lot of channels that I've been surfing around here lately and seeing there's so many hyena clans. It's horrible out here, y'all. The Pride Lands are full of scavengers. And the masculine mercenaries, we are outnumbered greatly. Sometimes I wonder if some of these guys that I see on here are hyenas, well, lions dressed in hyena clothing. I'm not going to say any names, but I think you guys probably would be able to piece things together based off of our last enlightening experience concerning DS1. Sometimes I wonder, man. Sometimes I wonder. That's all I'm going to say. Peace to you, brother. I'm going to have to get that A game. Yeah, because he will challenge me in this question. Yes. Speaking of that, I got to grab me some of that A game, man. Y'all got me curious. Real curious about that, man. Because what I do in order to substitute for something like A game, I do this twice a week. I get a gallon of water. And I get a bag of cranberries. I got a lemon tree and 2 grapefruit trees in my backyard. I pick me about 6 lemons, 6 or 7, but I try to fill up a container, a juice container with lemon juice. I got cranberries, like I said. I smash them up in one of those, what do you call them, them little granite bowls. I can never remember the names of that. What we got here? Posing as lions, wouldn't be surprised. That's right. Male hyenas posing as lions. That's right. That's right, Bronze. I'm telling you. They out here, man. They out here. No Reebok cock. Nah. No pumping up. But yeah, man, I'll go ahead and take that. I get me some fresh ginger. And I grate it on a cheese grater. I go hard with the ginger too, heavy ginger. Sometimes you might want to be aware of how you utilize that because it could give you heartburn. But I take that. Up in the mountains here, I have a honey dealer that I go to, and he sells what's called desert honey. The difference between desert honey and other honeys is desert honey is almost thick like tar. It's extremely thick. I don't know where it comes from, but I know it crystallizes very fast and it is very potent. Anyway, I'll get some of that with them cranberries, with them lemons, with that ginger, and also I smash up a bunch of strawberries too, throw it all in a gallon, Well, as far as the desert honey, I'll take about 5 large spoonfuls of that. Throw all of that in the pot, boil it down, put it in a gallon of water, and then fill up the gallon with water. I don't fill it up with all that concoction because that'd be too potent. But I dilute it down and sip on that all night long while I'm working. Finish the gallon, and I do that twice a week. And look, I ain't had the flu in 20 years, y'all. 20 years. So I don't take flu shots. I don't get none of that shit. I don't need it. So, just something to think about whenever you're getting ready to get that needle sunk in your arm. I mean, we probably gonna all eventually have to get it anyway, but just something to keep you. Would you say sheep? Definitely great. Damn, let me get my damn glasses on, y'all. Hold on. I really can't see this damn screen. Shit. Hold on. Put these glasses on real quick. Getting old, y'all. My mind is like 27, but my body is 45. So much better. Yes, okay. Definitely great with energy and brain activity. Okay. Yes, I need that. I need that. A game. By the way, is Father's Time, is A game your product? Is that you that made that? Damn, I wish I can. Let me start touching this screen a little bit. See if I can figure things out. Nope. Nah. I don't know, y'all. I'll figure this shit out. I will figure this out. But I kind of went totally off. I was talking about egos, and but I'm just happy to see y'all. That's why, happy to see that you guys are here giving me the time of day, because we have grown to understand that time is our precious gift. We ain't got a lot of it to waste nowadays, especially nowadays, man. And yeah, that's right. Yeah, see, now I'm definitely gonna get it Father's Time when I get off this stream. I gotta cop me some of that. A game. But I'm just trying to communicate with y'all, as far as egos and how to improve your relationships, being the change in your relationship. You know what I'm saying? It won't help them glasses. Get to the chop and head to the CVS. Yeah, man. For reals. Yeah. But hey, that's all right. I got me some nice readers here. Gotta schedule me an eye appointment. Being the change in your relationship, man, and learning how to communicate. Nonviolent communication. I recommend that everybody look that up. Nonviolent communication, and to really see how to get your point across with exercising the proper tact. If you're serious about having a profound and loving personal relationship the way my wife and I have, you have to learn about effective communications, effective communicating. Like I said, listening is just important as speaking. It's the best. As far as nonviolent communication, it's the best method I know for teaching and teaching the communication skills that we as men have a tendency have never learned when growing up. I know I didn't learn it. Being honest, things of that nature. These things are signs of a healthy ego. Being honest. This lying never pays off. It never. That's the one thing I can't stand. Love you too, brother. Thank you, man. And likewise, brother, you are too. I see everything that you post up is for positive reinforcement. I mean, hell, the way you even structure your channel, brother, you start off with a prayer. These are ways that people can glean from, things that people can glean from and literally utilize in their day. Things like what Sheep Stay Sleep says, heal before we build. You encompass that in your mind, and you could develop some principles about yourself just off of the statements like that. Yes, I will use the link Father's Time. You know, but it don't even matter. I'll pay full price for it or with the 10% out, man, because I know from you, I know it works because you're here, and I trust all who is here in the pride. As I said, being honest, being honest, because lying never pays off. You know you did something wrong, so subconsciously you're the person that you're talking to or your partner will too. Either be transparent with your partner or don't do things that you have to lie about, damn it. That's what I say. Because lying is so unnecessary. It builds so much stress up in your life. I think another indication of a healthy ego is owning up to your part, you know? Not playing the victim all the time. And that's what that sister was doing over there on Kuda's channel. I'm telling you, y'all got to go see that shit, man. It's amazing. Sheep 10? Okay, I will. I'll try Sheep 10. Or Kendra. I think Kendra Sheep and Bishop are sponsoring. They're sponsored now, right? Yeah. Yeah, but I'll use the Sheep 10 code. Check out this A game, man, because it's especially going to be valuable for me, brother, because by me working throughout the night, I put in no less than 12 per night. So it's needed around that 3 a.m. hour, bruh. I'm crashing. Have to end up getting one of them 5 hour energy drinks, drink a little half of that, and keep down in that water, and then I'll be straight into the morning. But see, I gotta watch the replay of that show Kuda did with her. I bet she was a whole ain't it? Yes, bronze. Telling you, she comes in at the end. I mean, I don't know if she was in the beginning because I came in around the time where she was coming on, and I know it's about 6 hours and 30 minutes into the. Damn, just saying that is amazing. 6 hours and 30 minutes. How do y'all do streams that long? I mean, people cannot have jobs doing streams that long. See, need you cool to stream again. You're talking. Gold, it was the one with Azalea Banks as the thumbnail. And 6 hours, 30, 40 minutes in, something like that. You'll hear her. She's the loudest thing going on the panel, man. And where that conversation goes, classic example of hyena activity, bro. Really triggered me. It really triggered me. Yeah, thanks, Bronze. Yeah, check the link out. Go find a link and post it up in here if you will. Yeah, Father's Time. I know, man. I know. I got to stop that shit. And if your A game is something that is a healthy substitute for that, I'm all in. Totally. Full all in, man. What was I saying? I was talking about owning up to your part, not being the victim. Who's what? Somebody sent me a. Hey, man, thank you. Thank you. My goodness, man, thank you for that. See, I don't ever. Oh man, I'm speaking. Yo, thank you. I don't get on here expecting that kind of thing to happen. I just put it up there just in case, man. But thank you for that, Cash App. Thank you. God, oh man. If you guys hear some noise in the back, man, that my household is each in their own little separate space right now. My daughter, she has completed her work and her studies, so we give her a tablet so she can play with. My wife is in there in the living room doing what's called her sibling call. Her father has children all over the globe, and so she's linked up with all of them, and they do Zoom calls. It's so beautiful to see, man. It's so beautiful. But I will build on this. My health talk. Yes, yes. Man, that donation took me all the way off of my square, Father's Time, but it was. Thank you, man. You play a part in everything that happens in your life and in your well, most of the time. We can't talk about children. Excluding children, you play a part in everything that happens in your relationships. Quit blaming others so you can get the real nitty gritty of communication, honesty, growth, and love. You know what I mean? What I like to do is look in the mirror a lot, not out of vanity, although I am a very handsome brother. But but I look in the mirror and I wonder sometimes, you know. So I ask, do you always like what you see when you look in the mirror? Do you always like what you see when you look at your loved ones? You know, remember, they are the mirrors that showing you parts of yourself. And keep this in mind when the emotional triggers are pulled. I really have to do that, man, because my wife has this artistic way that she presses my buttons, man, and it is like I've never experienced anyone like that. She can press my buttons more so than my mother, more so than my father, more so than anyone, you know. But use this information to help you develop more understanding and better connections with the people in your life, you know. Oh, thank you, Gold. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much, brother. Thank you. And oh man, makes me kind of emotional, man. Thank you. You know, because I don't do this, and I'm not a talker, y'all. I don't talk to many people. First of all, I'm an only child, and I have grown very comfortable with this existence. Now, I do have siblings on my father's side, but I didn't grow up with them. I didn't grow up knowing my brother and my sister. I do have a brother and a sister, but I grew up with my mother, so it's not something that I can honestly go to in my mind and feel that I have a brother and sister. Although I do, I love them. I love them. They are wonderful human beings, but I'm an only child, so I've grown very used to being a recluse, kind of introverted, you know. I'm extroverted when I'm handling business, and that's pretty much about it. But when I'm in my home or when I'm to myself, my bubble is very small. You know, that's why I guess I'm so good as a truck driver. is I can drive 8 hours straight, man, and you know, pee in a bottle and be cool. You know, I can live in a truck. It's cool. It's okay. What we got here? You're very good at articulating your thoughts in live streams, so you're a good big bro. Thank you, thank you. I was about to say gold. Thank you, bronze. Thank you. I try. You know, I try. I really do. But I feel very inadequate at times because I'm like, I don't do this a lot. So when I stumble over my words, I'm like, wow, you know, or when I try to convey my thoughts, I'm wondering if I'm using the right words to say what I want to say, you know? So got to definitely read a little bit more and increase my vocabulary. Got to do that Malcolm X thing, just pop open the Webster's and start reading words, repeating them 20 times and burning it into my memory. But thank you, sister. I really appreciate you. And again, matter of fact, let me time this out as far as all this preaching right quick. Let me talk about y'all here in the chat room. Since I've been on YouTube, I've grown very familiar with you guys and your ways of communication, especially the content creators. You know, DS1. I thank you, Ray. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, my brother. And I want to give a shout out to Ray Clemens, man. Brother, you are an outstanding brother. I look at your words, I read what you type. And hell, Ray was there, as a matter of fact, on that stream. You were there. I think you were there on that on Kuda stream when that chick was on there, man. If I'm not mistaken, if you were, brother, tell them how amazingly just hyena like that chick was, man. It was triggering. It would trigger the calmest, coolest man. I would have loved to see Angry Man up there. Angry Man would have been setting that place on fire if he would have been on that panel with that chick, man. and because Angry Man has a way of, you know, Angry Man and DS1 have a similar a similar energy to me. To me, they're like I call DS1 a lion with rows of teeth like a shark. He's like, I imagine in cartoon figure like him snapping a hyena in half, and one end of the hyena's on one side of his face, the other end of the hyena's on the other side of the face, and he's got this giant grin on his face while the meat is all, the mangled meat in between the corner and the cracks of his teeth are all dangling down. Anyway, what you say here, man? If that broad that was on Cooler can talk, you can do just as good as anyone else. And in fact, hey, yeah, man, DS1's a swordman, yo. He is. He's a swordsman. That brother has that what they call that. I used to play Final Fantasy on PlayStation. There was this big old sword called the Air Buster. Big ass thick. It's almost like a big log, you know. AMD is one of the hyena whisperers. Yes, they would trigger the strag right out of them so they can expose themselves. Yes, they can. Yes, they do. And it's such a beautiful thing. Such a beautiful thing when I see it happening, man. I'm sitting over here being the truck, man, about to crash sometimes because how they do their thing, man. I'm like, man, I hope I can do that one day. But, and stay composed, and let's see. Bronze dipped. Now, let me focus on you a little bit, bronze dipped. Sister, I'm wondering why you don't have content because I see when you chime in and your bullets hit arteries. I've seen your words, and I think that you have a perspective as a lioness that is much needed in this space. Kendra's doing her thing, and the Madam Mercenaries are a pillar of strength, of strong women, the real deal strong women, not them. Oh, I'm a strong black woman. That whole the independent hyena, that kind of thing. No, these are true lionesses, and I see it. I literally feel like I'm looking at lionesses when I see you guys' profile. When I'm looking at Kendra, you see them the female lions. They sitting on the pride lands. They got that expression on their face where everything is like you can see they're very analytical, and they just chilling. They might get up and walk over or tend to their pups or whatever, and it's such a beautiful thing, man. Said the 9 laws of self-governance. Law 1, discipline. That was my favorite one. And reciprocation. That's my second favorite. Yes. The quiet storm. Yeah, yep. That's Bronze Dip. The quiet storm, man. She really is. And but didn't you have content once upon a time, Bronze? I could have swore you had some content years ago, or maybe a couple of years ago. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But if you ever think about doing content, know that I'm gonna be right there, and I'm sure we all will. Because it's a beautiful, beautiful thing to see sisters who have integrity and morals. Say no love, never have. No, maybe I'm tripping. I don't know, but yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice to see your thoughts on these topics, man. I personally love to see when, yeah, yep, DS1 be bringing that Thor like thunder. Straight up, man. I'm telling you, DS1's videos, my go-to in order to take myself out of some funk, I go to DS1's video where he was going at C Boogie. I go to Tariq Nasheed's when he was going at Umar Johnson. And damn near any Angry Man video, I can go to his. And when I look at those, specifically those two, DS1's and Tariq's, bruh, I have laughter that I can't seem to find anywhere else but those channels, man. Those streams, that shit was hilarious, man. Oh boy, especially Tariq Nasheed on Umar when he was doing the whole facial expressions, his linguistics, and you know, y'all watch that, man. It's funny as hell. Oh man. But look, man, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do some laundry, y'all. I wanted to say a lot more. I wanted to talk about, I wanted to vent a little bit more as far as, healthy egos, but I really don't know what. Well, I guess I could say, things like be of service and, you know, doing what you love to help your ego out. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do right now, doing something I love. I'm trying to change things. I'm trying to get my ego fortified, because we're not doing anything when we're suffering at a job we hate. I'll say this, man. What my wife told me, her wisdom kicks in right now. Take a risk and follow your heart. You know, I mean, what do you got to lose? Well, except for the chains that bind you. You know, you'll never regret being courageous. Being daring, it ain't the same thing as being irresponsible. So try to take calculated risks when you do it, not foolish ones. Yes, thank you, Ray. Yeah, yeah. Thank you for saying that. Thank you. Yeah, DS1, man. Yeah, brother, your work is inspiring, and it is therapeutic as well. And I thank you for all you do. What else I want to say about this topic? Hell, fortify your ego. Damn it, know when to take a vacation, man. I realized this last month. I haven't had a vacation in 10 years. I haven't really been able to. I've had too many responsibilities, But enlightenment came upon me, and burnout creates more stress. I had to realize that. I can't lie, y'all. I'm not. I'm sitting here being vulnerable. I did not realize that me working so much was contributing to my physical performance. I was not able to perform like I was. And when I finally started to take a break and just breathe, and just not think about any responsibilities as far as job wise, man, I was able to, I mean, the erections changed. Everything was a little bit stiffer, if you dig what I'm saying. It really was hindering that, man. See, this won't be killing the comedy hour shows on Saturdays. Yeah, my neighbors hating my guts for laughing so loud. Hey, y'all. Hey, I wanna go ahead and put the spotlight on Sid Coleman. That right there is my sister. Self care. That's right, Sid. That's my sister right there. That's my sister right there, man. My real sister. You know, we did not grow up with each other for the majority of our lives, but that is a dope chick right there, man. Y'all, it ain't many females you find that know hip hop the way a real head does, and that is a hip hop head right there, musically inclined, writer, uh, cut from a cloth, unlike many. She's a lioness as well. And yeah, that's Sister Sosa right there. Yep. What up, Sid? I'm glad you're here. I'm glad to see you. I've been worried about you. We haven't talked in quite some time. So I hope you're doing well. And I hope things are, unfolding for you. I can't wait for you to get to visit Cali, man. We hit a beach or something. Uh, what was I saying? Knowing when to take a vacation. Oh, yeah, man. All day, Sid. All day, Sid. So Sid, look at these people in here in my chat room. Sid are like, they're brothers and sisters from other mothers and misters. So get yourself acquainted. These are good people here, good solid people who have their shit in order and understand about true discernment, and they recognize what's going on out here in this world. And I would advise you to get very, very familiar with these people. So yeah. I don't really know where I wanted to go. I was talking about taking vacations and stuff, and uh, you know, I got to talking about how it was affecting my physical health by working so much. You know, worse health and lower. I'll say lower morale and less productivity is also another hindrance to not learning how to take a vacation. Why let yourself get to that point? So yeah, yeah, y'all. I don't really know where else to go with this. I think I've vented enough because that sister had me very triggered over there. And if you dare, if you dare, go check it out. But I will warn you now, prepare to be triggered if you check that shit out. But look, y'all, I'm getting ready to cut out. It's about an hour. I've never done this before. I've never talked for a complete hour. Wow. Damn. Thank you for coming on to the stream, y'all. Thank you so much for showing up. I didn't expect anyone to be here, but man. Oh yeah, that's what this channel is for. To build and grow. And I promise y'all, I will be back probably tomorrow. You know what, Gold? I'm gonna take a time out on it, man, because I want to go ahead and start moving and shaking in the house. I gotta actually go to the grocery store and get some more ginger, and I want to take my daughter out of the house, man, and get her out of here. 'Cause, this COVID mess got to, I know where you at, man. I'm sure that it's the same scenario where you are too, man. COVID got the schools all shut down, and we're in the house, man. We're in the house, so we gotta go out here and breathe some fresh air. So I'm gonna take her out for a little daddy daughter time. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream now, y'all. Thank you to all who donated. Thank you to all who tithed to the message. And be on the lookout because I'm going to be talking about other things like shoot, I don't know, things I'm passionate about. Oh, you know what? You know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about the number one. This is going to be my next live stream, y'all. I'm going to talk about the number one thing I noticed and notice that these hyenas be doing out here, y'all. Deflection. I want to talk about deflection because that shit right there, man, that's what triggered me. The deflecting that she was doing was what triggered me because it was like Kuda was asking her questions and she'd be like, well, it's not about that. It's about, bitch, answer the goddamn question. And look, I'm getting triggered right now. So, yeah, y'all, we're going to talk about deflection and get down with this topic. Or if somebody else want to talk about it on their stream, go right ahead, man, because this is something that, I see as a common weapon that the hyena uses against any logic from a lion. Until next time, y'all. So what was that? Yo, you need to do that couples panel, fam. Yeah, yep, that's coming. That's coming. That'll be awesome, and I'd love to participate. Yeah, definitely. Yep, Gold. I'll be listening to the Perils of Queendom when I get off of this, cause I want to hear what you got to say about it. And Ray, yeah, the couples thing. I'm actually gonna. My wife and I have scheduled an appointment here. Listen to what I'm saying. We've scheduled an appointment. But yeah, that's what we got to do because we're so busy. My wife and I are gonna get on this microphone. What time is it? At 1 p.m. today, and we're gonna record something to do a test run on this. I don't know if we're gonna do live, but I just want to do a test run with it because I don't want to get on this microphone and we end up start beefing about something, because that tends to happen when we're talking about topics of that we're passionate about. So I was that bold energy like she stands. I was that bold energy like she stand instead of seating. Yes, yes indeed. So, all right, y'all. Let me get up on out of here and handle this bi. Love y'all. Talk to you later. Peace. How to get off. Let's see.